you know, these songs are so important to me and to millions and millions and millions of other people. So I want to play them exactly how they were recorded, because I think people have been listening to these songs and they love these solos and these parts, and they're so important to them. They're important to me, just like you, that the amazing drum parts that you wrote, not played, but wrote, are so important to me and millions of other people. I think that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to play it just like the record.
Well, I get it, man. It's like, why wouldn't you? Especially when the parts are iconic. It's like, I just did a gig with Sammy Hagar because Jason Baum couldn't do a gig. So I can't memorize 19 songs and with a 90-minute rehearsal. So I write everything out, you know?
Sure.
And I've learned how to read and play. So it sounds like I'm not reading. And Michael Anthony goes, man, you're reading. I says, let me tell you something. There isn't one note I'm going to play different than Alex Van Halen, if I can, because everything he played was perfect. And same with John Bonham. Why would I do any note different than those parts are iconic? And Sammy said, well, you know, funny enough, when Eddie and Alex would learn a song, they would work it out for a week by themselves. Aha! They work out everything Alex played. He understood what Eddie was, all the accents, all those inflections. So Alex would hit an extra note there, extra bell, cymbal, extra whatever. It wasn't an accident. Those are iconic parts. I thought so. And then Sammy said after a week, then I'd come in and write all my stuff on top of that. These is those brothers, man. It was foundation. It was not an accident. And I went, well, there you go.
It's not an accident. Van Halen is Van Halen because they work so hard since they were little kids.
Think about what Eddie did. Aside from the parts, the mad scientist and all that gear, just constantly pushing the envelope to create sound.
I mean, we throw the word genius around a lot, you know, and in conversation, but I really, really, really do think, and we have modern genius. We have, you know, Steve Jobs, or we have, you know, anything
Elon
like that,
Musk.
Elon Musk, but we had Eddie Van Halen, and I really, really believe this. Eddie was our musical Mozart. He was our genius. He was our genius. He invented a way of playing that changed everything. His design for things, his vision art-wise with the striped guitar, and tinkering with everything to make that sound exactly what he wanted. But on top of all that, he wrote songs that changed the world. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
For one guy out of all the musicians in the world to make a dent like that, you know, it's like him and Hendrix. Hendrix is like, where did he come from? What was that? Just remember when he went to Europe for the first time, London, and everybody came out and went, what? They didn't see it coming.
You know, you're so right. You talk about Hendrix too, just changed everything. He had that art, that vision, changed how guitar was played and looked at, and then wrote these songs as well that we still hear on the radio today. But what's strange is, like, couldn't we save these geniuses, Steve Jobs, Eddie Van Halen, Jimi Hendrix? Couldn't we, like, just huddle them and just be like, all right, nothing happened to these guys. They're important to us. They're important to the mankind.
Well, that's the thing. That's the dichotomy of life. It's like we only get at the best 100 years. You know, it's just that's the challenge. That's why I really cherish what Socrates and Mark Twain said. You know, hey, figure out what you're doing because time is ticking. And you know what? I personally want to get the most value out of life. I'm not here just to take it easy. I enjoy what I do. I love to work hard like you do. But I realize without knowing what comes next, I want to get the most value out of this life, period. Why wouldn't you?
Kenny, it's so weird because I say the same thing. I always say it. I'm like, life is short. Life is short. If you watch interviews from the last few weeks, I'm like, life is short. It's your life. You know, you want to lay back like and go, I really gave it my all. And that's, you know, you could be in Massachusetts. I could be in Michigan. And, you know, we'd be like, but it takes a lot of balls to, you know, to make that first step.
You want to never be afraid to take a first step. And there'll be more first steps for both of us, you know. You just want to realize, what are we waiting for?